Eating right can be a challenge even under the best of circumstances, but in many Massachusetts neighborhoods, getting access to fresh and healthy produce is a real challenge. Stephanie Leyden shows us why, for many looking to change that, it continues to be an uphill battle.
There's tomatoes in there that can be picked.
It's been a banner summer in Kathy Frichette's garden.
I think I've harvested 15 pounds of cherry tomatoes this month alone.
Today she has help from her 16-year-old niece, Skylar. And despite the bounty, Frichette is determined not to waste a single piece of fruit.
Don't forget to get up and under.
Her tomatoes are thriving in a newly opened community garden just down the street from her home in Lowell. It offers industrious residents like Frichette access to something that's often out of reach in this neighborhood, fresh food. Although the nearest grocery store is only a couple of miles away, for Frichette, who has no car and survives on a disability check, getting there requires lining up a ride.
It could take days.
Before you can get to the store.
Days. I've seen where I've needed something and had to, well, one would say, okay, I'll take you, and then something comes up, so they call and, oh, I can't get to you today.
It's not just an inconvenience. Public health advocates say a lack of easy access to a full-service grocery store is a health issue, tied to higher rates of diet-related diseases like obesity and diabetes.
Maybe this one.
When her garden goes dormant, Frichette will have little choice but to rely on food that's available within walking distance.
There's a 7-Eleven around the corner, but then again, they're limited because they sell cooked food, and so they don't sell as much produce.
Neighborhoods like this one are sometimes called food deserts. A 2010 report ranked Massachusetts nearly dead last, 48th in the country, for per capita access to grocery stores. And even people within the grocery industry say in the years since, the situation has changed little.
Advocates of increasing access to fresh food have won an important battle. The state has established something called the Massachusetts Food Trust. The idea is that it would offer low-interest loans and grants to enterprises like this one that bring produce to underserved areas.
We got 2 things of the eggplant.
This mobile market travels to neighborhoods across Lowell 4 days a week. The nonprofit that runs it, Mill City Grows, would like to use food trust funds to expand.
Essentially double the number of stops and locations.
Francie Slater co-founded Mill City Grows 5 years ago, turning a neglected city lot into an urban farm.
So at this site we'll grow about 5,000 pounds of food.
It's an impressive effort, but not a wide-scale or even year-round solution. Slater would like to see more neighborhood stores selling fresh produce and believes with help from the Food Trust, they could potentially expand.
We've found in our work with the mobile market that low-income customers are really excited to buy fresh produce.
Stephanie Leyden joins me. I love this. I love the whole thing. But this food trust, is there a decent amount of money available to local nonprofits to do what they're doing here?
$6 million authorized.
$6 million.
We'll see if it gets released this summer. But yeah, a good chunk of money.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you know Doug Rao is one of the founders of Trader Joe's, who did this daily table thing. Because of food, there aren't grocery stores in that part of Dorchester. Why isn't the free market? If there's a need and a demand, why aren't grocery stores moving into some of these communities?
Well, there's a couple of reasons. I mean, one, you might have an issue of crime. Two, there can be a difficulty permitting, according to the Massachusetts Food Association. And also, traditional lenders can be leery. So that's the idea behind this food trust. You want to start a grocery store, perhaps you can get a grant, or perhaps you get some funding through this, and then get matching funds from other entities.
And we should end with the obvious. This is, while your story focused on Lowell, this is a problem in virtually every major city in this state,
throughout
right?
the state and in rural areas. So any place where there's low income, communities of color, and rural areas.
Stephanie, thanks so much. Appreciate it. Good
You're
to see
welcome.
you. Stephanie Leyden.